the question arises again in terms of purpose. Ordinarily, the purpose of life is to have pleasure, to make up the difference for an otherwise bleak life, a darkness. So I need pleasure, I need fun, I need entertainment, I need recreation, I need distraction. Okay. And the purpose there is satisfied, but just so far. Because you're still left with yourself in your misery. You got to go back to bed with yourself. You're still in your head, you're still in your darkness, and your desires, and your unfulfilled dreams, fantasies, wishes, hopes, and whatever. All of that is there. Back to zero. You do things with different people, it doesn't get to it. Doesn't resolve anything. It distracts you. Oh, that felt good last night. That was good. Oh, great. Nothing changed. From the point of view of practice, then, purpose is not self-gratification. It's heart awakening. Real purpose. Yeah. Heart awakening into what? Love? Being loved? No. Loving others? No. Everybody's doing that. Just love. You have to be love, not loved. You have to be love. Loved is cool. The loved can be loveless and heartless. The loving can be heartful, but wanting. But being love is perfect. I am love. Only love. You don't need to love. You don't need to be loved. Love loves of itself. So it is by nature loving, but not. I'll be loving because. No, that's not the heart. The loving is. Love is. So we need to move from conditional, let's say, theater, in the mode of because, and move into the realized state of the nature of the heart. That's ultimate. That's way, way up there. Way, way deep. Far, far gone, but also present in some form. Because the body is so programmed for needy, this, that, and whatever. That's not you, but that's your body, that's your ancestry. That's your wonderful river of blood functioning at maximum effectiveness. Insatiable desires. Machinery beyond yourself. It's just machinery. And then when that machinery is properly recognized and you feel that you are, you can use the machinery, but you don't have to be the machinery. Then you have infinite space and great machinery to conduct your purpose in. And the purpose then is to save other beings. See? When you save yourself. See? That's the purpose. By being true to yourself at that level of, let's say, integration and heartfulness, let's say, to begin with, where you feel okay with yourself, you're no longer your enemy, but your best friend. When you become best friend, and you help other people just by the presence of being your best friend, you radiate that to others. And people say, wow, what can you tell us? Wow. We know you know something because we can feel it. You're not against yourself or anybody else. Good. You seem fulfilled, you're full. You have a fullness about you. You look happy. Radiant, beautiful. From the inside out. That's what practice brings you to. It's fulfillment. You feel good because you feel good. You know you can feel good. It's not because you made yourself feel good. No, you're actually just open to feeling good for a change like that. In the same light, people can say that they are Buddha nature. I like to use the word Huda nature. Sound beings, serene sound beings. Hyuda, serene sound beings. Yeah, Buddha nature, cool, enlightened beings. Ultimate purpose is to be happy, free, and able to assist other people in the process. Right? Without sweating it, without being concerned about, oh, I can't do that. No, there's no more I can do. It's really transformed into I can do. Oh, no, yes, positive, yes, for sure, for real, for true. Becoming a light unto others. Put it poetic imagery. But you are a light. You were and have been a light here. I've seen your radiance here. And you have seen your own radiance here. And that's the beauty of the practice in being open to beholding the radiance which is the presence of the liberated spirit here and now. The purpose. Programs are programs. That means they're relatively real. They have impact, of course. They run your life. They control your destiny to a certain degree. If allowed to, you put them in the place of power. Okay? Because you inherited them, so you're more familiar with them. So you're at ease with the programs, and you have confidence in the programs that they're okay, because they're, after all, you. You are the program. It's you. Everything you feel and believe and know about yourself is a program. Okay. And so in the material sense, yeah, you have problems, you go to your psychiatrist. Psychiatrist can say, but you got to take care of yourself. You need to know what yourself is. See? And so I'm going to give you medications because you're depressed. I'm going to give you medications so that you feel better about yourself, but I'm really masking it. I'm just letting you know that. We're not really fixing yourself. We're masking it. We're covering it up. We're avoiding whatever the self is that you've created, that you suffer. We're going to bury it. And so that's what you do there. You come to the opposite side of the spectrum, to the spiritual. You say, I have these problems. And you're going to hear two things. Say, the problems are not your problems. But you have them, but they're not yours. And beyond that, they don't exist. So it got worse very quickly. What? They're not mine. What do you mean they're not my problems? They are my problems. They fuel everything about me. I need problems. I need to suffer. I need to bitch. I need to depress and depress others. I need to do that. Bring them down to my level. Oh, so no, that doesn't count here. They're not yours, they're your ancestors. You borrowed them. They're on loan. So why make so much of them? They're not yours to begin with. They belong to your ancestors. You're just playing out what they had to play out with the uniqueness of having a different lease on it. You're now. But it's the same thing. It's the blood. Same feelings, emotions, slightly modified. The same stupidity, the same brilliance is there. You see yourself in your ancestors. You're part of the line. See? The assembly line. You're just a bot, a machine. Yes. That's all you are. A continuation and extension. You're not even you. And you believe you've been you all this time. Well, you go to that other level and say, none of it exists. It's not real. There's no such thing as that. Which is easier to digest, because that's a fact. When death comes, right? I have to dramatize this one. I'm coming back for the body. Yes, you. I'm coming back to take you back to earth. you're no longer here now. You have to give it up, but this is me. No, it's not. I heard that it wasn't me, but you can't take me. You're taken, you're done. Over. You seem to be screaming in the echoes of the universe. Your voice is going out there. Because you lost out. You lost your body. It was never yours. It doesn't exist. See, the happiness is in the non-existence of it. See? How can it not exist if it's here? Well, it doesn't exist as its own reality. See? That's the relief valve. See? It has no reality of itself. Everything that we see as an appearance belongs to the earth and is reducible back to earth particles. So it's borrowed, yes, from the earth. It's earth stuff, but that's not what you are. When you sleep and when you dream, you don't have earth stuff. You have star stuff. You have light stuff. It's not earth. The body's asleep. The body's not functioning. So you're in another body. You're traveling differently. You're in another universe. How can you be in another universe if I'm right there? Sleep. What are you talking about? Another universe there? How? No. You're not your body. That's how. You're somewhat in the body and somewhat out of the body. That's the arrangement. So that in truth, it doesn't exist as yours, ever. But you're borrowing it, so it is yours, but it belongs to the elements. It belongs to the forces that govern the universe. Time, space, energy, and matter. You can't separate yourself from those. Light. Electromagnetism. Right? Time. Right? Pulse. Right? Atomic. Subatomic pulse. Super. Yeah. Pulse. Yeah. Light. Yeah. No body. Space. The real condition of your consciousness. No body. Just space. Hearing what? You're hearing something physical, maybe? Maybe not. Hearing? You're breathing something physical? Maybe not. Air. Subtle. It's got to be free to pass through your body and into your body. See? Light. Sound. Subtle. Yeah. It passes through your body. Magnetic flux passes through your body. Without it, we wouldn't be on the earth. See? So we have to get to a cosmic, sense of reality to have a better understanding of what the spiritualists are talking about, or what the transcendentalists are talking about. Okay? You are awareness only, and awareness runs the ship. Okay? Okay? With the body being the different layers of what it is that you need to pilot, so to speak, in order to navigate your way through the world of time and space that you have designed for yourself. Okay. More or less determined more clearly at the time of your birth, if you have a birth time. And you start to see what your time-space agreement is with the solar system. Before you know that, you don't really know too much. You know you're in the world, you're living your life, but you're pretty much asleep to all the fine lines, the fine script. So we need to think about the non-existence as being somewhat related to the word spiritual, non-material. Are we spiritual? We say, I'm spiritual. What do you mean by it? You're a flesh bag. Right? But you know you're spiritual, but you're still a flesh bag. When you say you're spiritual, everyone acknowledges their spirituality. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, man. You know you're a spirit. You know you are an intelligence that is not limited to the body and it's programming. See? You know that you're a sound or spiritual traveler, but you're not cultured in the way of properly, fully recognizing that as an empowerment while you're on the earth plane, on the earth ship, right, as it travels around the sun. So we are breathing to sustain our ability to have awareness, right? Light, while incarnated. Upgraded, you have complete knowledge, awareness, knowingness of universal processes. So you're not an asshole or dumb anymore. You can't blame yourself or anybody else for anything. Because you know, you understand, you see everything properly. Being created by speech, see, by thought, by feeling, by action. By breathing, you see what's created. So practice is slowing down enough so that you stop and you see everything for what it is, as it is, beyond time, as well as in time. Remember the non-existence as a spiritual simile. No existence, no materiality. Spirit, non-existing. But more than non-existing. It's existing as non-material. Thus it is existing as presence. In this case, spiritual presence. And that's a force to reckon with. See, the question for many beings is, can it get worse? Yes, it can get worse. It can get a lot worse, a lot quickly if you're not careful. It can be over like that. As it is, look around you. Go to an emergency room. Pretty gruesome. Ask them if an hour ago they thought they'd be in the condition they were in. They had no idea. It can happen like that. Everybody's set up for something. What are you set up for? What did you agree to? That it's your end point, or is your super crisis point, right? So, then the question is your life as it is now, that you have left, important enough to care for? Forget about spiritual practice now. That's way down the line there. We're just talking about general healing, basic healing, maintenance, caring for oneself. Is your life worth it? Is depression a badge of honor for the autistic? Is psychiatric servicing a badge of honor for the creative? No. Shouldn't we be doing better than that as creators? Should recreate our minds. Should recreate our worlds. The creative should be truly creative. Right? You start with yourself, creator. Okay. Recreate yourself. What is the best you want to write about right now, or fantasize about? What does the great you look like? See, how does it show up? See, where's the heroic in you? See, what's you the hero? Where are you the hero? The heroine? Does it have to be just poor me? Or can it be, wow, I have something to do now. I'm here to make a difference. I've awakened to my potential. Not quite spiritual yet. I don't want to get that high too soon. I don't want to give up too much. So, yeah, I want to have a good time out here. I want to mingle with the creative. Yeah. Step up to that. See how they think. See how they feel. The inventive. See. pioneers, the cutting edge peeps. Yeah. Okay. Hear what they have to say. See where it's going for yourself. See. And then to whatever degree, see if you can apply any of that to your situation as an individual. See. So that there is a self-imposed makeover from the inside out. See. That enables you to have sanity so that you're not contributing to the huge, huge ocean of insanity that's prevailing. Doesn't need any more help. Doesn't need any more contributed to itself. It's monstrous already. So pull back out of that theatrical possibility and create a different scene. Direct your own life. Say, okay, I've done that. I've been listening to this garbage and impacting my intelligence with this garbage, whatever it may be. See? Nonsense, I don't even know. It makes me numb, keeps me sleeping. And see if there's a way you can wake up, become conscious and creative to the degree where you make a contribution you never imagined you could make before, because at least now you're open to it. We are here as creative contributions relative to our ancestry. We've been born to live and make a contribution. So we have every opportunity and every right by birth to be creative and to even reach a level, maybe, genius, usefulness. It's our position. See? To interact with the forces available to us that empower creative intelligence. Okay. Sometimes education, sometimes art, sometimes literature can do that, sometimes cinema can do that, sometimes we can get inspiration from just nature, our own environment maybe. We have to know how to use it and not be made less by our conditions so that we are less than our considerations. Infinitely less than our potential. Break through your self-image as it was and see yourself as creator, as it needs to be. Part of the ensemble of creative spirits out here that welcome support and input from others. And if you go beyond that, then you get into the spiritual arena and the healing arena. See? Now we know art is supposed to be healing, so we say, yeah, art heals me when I hear it or see it, Doesn't mean the artist is healed. So the spiritual side of it means artist is healed, you're healed, and from there you share what you share. Better healed first, then you bring your healing to others. Whether it's music, whether it's dance, whether it's painting, whether it's writing, whether it's photography, whether it's everything, doesn't matter. Science, art, religion, even that. Politics, of course we need politics. Military, defense, yeah, of course they need creatives too. Leonardo da Vinci went a long ways to help the defense of countries. He made that a big business. One of the artists who was able to do that. So here we are on the verge of creating the rest of our lives. Can we do that with a degree of inspiration? Shoot. In every Dharma, it is in every wisdom school, you have the requirement of studying, see, to know about. See, so that you have an idea of what the path is about for yourself. See, what the stages are, what the manifestations are, see, what the progression is about. And so learning about it is obviously not equal to the experience of it. But there are many who come upon that, it's the juncture of entering the Dharma from their material life, and they say, okay, I want to join the monastic life. I want to become somewhat reclusive, or, alone now. I've lived a life, as many people I've known have lived their lives. They've had their businesses, they had their families, they had grandchildren, and wanted finally to spend quiet time, which is, for the Hindu culture, a very appropriate stage, right? The last 20 years of life, more or less, right? To introspection, spiritual vision, spiritual understanding, right? Illumination, potentially. And so we're talking about, reading about it to set it up for experiences you may fall into. They may occur spontaneously. Experiences you might be practicing to have. If you're talking about yogic practices and meditation, then there are typical experiences that you can have. Known experiences. Breakthroughs, say. Releases you can have that are already universally acknowledged. It's part of the process. Okay. And realization may not happen before certain experiences, yet you may find it. This is unique, but it may happen when you get to the Dharma, when you leave your worldly life and you put on your robes, so to speak, and pick up your bowl, right, your gong, and you enter the bed. I already have the realization. I already know what that is. I'm already here. I've always been here. And so you can either stay, share your realization with other realized peeps, or realizing peeps, or go back to your world. It's just then a different environment. Now, that's not likely to happen, but can that happen? Of course. Because when you read enough of the teachings, you see that in some cases, at the end of the journey, you come to the realization that nothing's changed. Everything is the same, minus the suffering and the confusion and the self-division. So everything's the same. It's all the same. So that's the difference of awakening. And there's the experience that goes beyond any reading and any knowledge, because certain levels of experience are beyond knowledge. They're beyond description. See? What we experienced earlier was beyond description. It was like, one of these events, catastrophic event. See? Well, passed quickly, but catastrophic. See? Unprecedented. See? An unprecedented arising. Appearance. So there's knowledge of the experience, and then there's experience beyond knowledge. See? And when we're talking about subtle human experience, it's beyond knowledge and sometimes beyond talking about. See? It's experience about, I really don't have words to explain or describe it. I saw something, but I can't describe it. See? You have to try to describe it. See? You have to pick your brain to find the right words to describe something. See? See? Sometimes they are the same thing. On rare occasions, what you see and what you experience is exactly what it is. See? So both are critically necessary, but in the highest senses of the word knowledge and knowingness, which is beyond intellectual knowledge, see, school knowledge, but intuitive knowledge, psychic knowledge, see, spiritual knowledge, transcendent knowledge, knowing before things. See. And then the experiences, not about pain, Not about the body and suffering, human nature only, but then about the spirit. See, the higher blisses of the spirit, happiness, peace, see, joy, equanimity, see, love, see, higher, see, realities that we sometimes just get glimpses of now and then. But they're levels of reality. See, they're their own universes. The universe of love, the universe of joy, the universe of peace, like the universe of music. Its own universe. When you tap into that, you're not human anymore. If you describe an ordinary human as surviving, this is not that. This is like another strain, another level of reality. Not better, certainly musical. For the musicians to get to that place, they might call it the music of the spheres, but that's music of the higher planes in your own nature, your own being. It's the inner octaves of your own intelligence. It's built into all of us as potential. We don't know, sometimes we have to be knocked on the head or be around the right people, and all of a sudden you wake up when you're around the right peeps, you're, oh, wow, I have to be around them because I need to be like that, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then there are many other realities that are built into us that we, because of our small-minded suffering, just do not allow to be recognized properly. We don't want to know about ourselves. We don't want to know the glorious side of our own potential. We don't want to work. We don't want to do anything. We just want to sulk, right? Brood. Well, that's a good start, but it's not a good place to end up. So it's great place to start, because then you might be suspicious. In the midst of that, there's more to you than just that, and feeling like crap. We don't need to feel like crap. We can feel greater than crap. We can feel joyous then. Not just for a moment. But everything that can come up can be part of that joyousness. The joy of living, the joy of breathing, the joy of being. The joy of freedom. The joy of creativity. The joy of family. Let's say spiritual, creative family. The joy of friends can be that. Mm-hmm. The joy of truth. Mm-hmm. The joy of wonderment. Wondrousness. The joy of what is. The joy of the heart. Mm-hmm. The joy of giving, and grace, the space of grace. May the blessing be. Shoo.